What's going on, everybody? Mike McIntyre here, back from All Things Sports, bringing you another brand new video today. And this is one that is a really special video. It's one that I'm really proud of because I'm in my master bedroom, and this was a huge project for me this year. I completely redid it. I will show you some before and afters, and I just want to tell you everything that we did in this room. And this video in particular will look at lighting. So let's get into this brand new review. Before we begin, guys, please make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any videos. If you could take care of that, it would really help the channel out. Thank you guys for stopping by, and let's get into it. Alright guys, so as I was saying before, this is a very special video for me because this was a project I took on myself with my dad, and we completely renovated this master bedroom earlier this year. We started in early May, and we completed it in July, and we did it all ourselves, which was really cool. And it's a big transformation compared to what it previously was compared to now. I just took some photos and some early videos that I'll show up here on the screen. You can see before that it was one large room with the closet actually behind me. We took the closet out, we tried to revamp the layout and everything. We made a walk-through closet, which I will show you later. And I'm really happy with the way this bedroom took out. I'm super proud of it, and I think it looks really good. Part of what I wanted to do in this bedroom was to make sure that my lighting was well taken care of. So I reached out to Philips Hue to see if I could collaborate with them on a video review, given that I had used their products before and I wanted to use these lights in my new master bedroom. So reached out to Philips Hue Canada. I was very lucky to get in contact with someone that was super helpful. So Holly, thank you so much. Philips Hue is a network of lights, let's say, that connect to your Wi-Fi via this product right here. This is the Hue bridge. So you need one of these. You're going to plug this directly into your router, and once you have a bridge, you can connect up to 50 different lights in your home to the Hue bridge, and this will take care of the network and everything that you need in order for the lights to work. But in the ceiling, I have seven just because of the layout. I'll show you that a little bit later. 7 of these. These are the Philips Hue ultra slim downlights, and they're the recessed lighting. They're pot lights essentially, but they're this new slim style, which is quite common in other lighting. But the cool thing about these is there's this metal box. So all of the wiring is super simple. You don't need to do anything and twist it and put a sort of grommet on the top, electrical tape it. It's very easy. You run your wiring throughout the ceiling, leave a little loop in the location of your lights. When you're ready to wire them, just cut that loop so you have 2 different wires. You put both wires into the metal box. You strip off the end. There's a little quick connector kind of mechanism that's built into the metal box. You slide the wiring into that little quick connector, white to white, black to black. Very simple. Put all the wiring inside the metal box, and because the lights are super slim, you don't really need to worry about joists or anything in your ceiling. The lights will fit in the drywall with these quick little springs. So this is the key to this lighting setup right here. And the cool thing is that the lights are completely controlled via Wi-Fi. So because I have an Alexa speaker in the master bedroom, I can use the Amazon Assistant in this case to help me with lights. I set them up the way I want. And I also have this product, which I'm a big fan of, and I think every room should have this. Most of us are quite used to, it's almost muscle memory at this point, coming into a room, going to the light switch and pushing the button, right? So sometimes instead of talking to my Alexa speaker, I would prefer to use the light switch. So what this is a light switch that you would put on the wall in place of your traditional light switch, and it's a little remote that magnetically clips into the case. And this remote can control the light. So there's an on and off and all kinds of different features. So in this one, I can press the Hue button and you can see the lights will change to the next preset. So I have a bunch of different lighting modes. These are all sort of dependent on the time of day. So you have a really warm light, you have a much brighter light, you have a sort of calming light, you have this daylight, if you will, equivalent, and then off obviously. And for each one, you can manipulate the brightness. So let's go back to that daylight setting. I can dim the lights. As you see, I'm holding the button, they've dimmed down. If you look into the ceiling, the light is not nearly as bright as it was before. Push the brightness button again, and slowly they fade all the way up to 100%. So it's a really cool system, and it's one that I'm a huge fan of. So you have the light switch, and again, that's something that I would personally recommend to use in every single room. So basically, Every single connectivity option is accounted for, and the lights just work. There's no kind of faffing around with connection issues or anything like that. I have a few different brands downstairs in my living room. I have 2 light bulbs made by Singled or Sengled, I'm not sure how they pronounce it. And while they work 90% of the time, there are those moments where, let's say the power cuts out, and when it comes back on, it's super difficult to connect those lights again for whatever reason, and I haven't figured out why. Sometimes I have to completely disconnect them, leave them disconnected for like 3 or 4 days, and then all of a sudden I go back again and it works. So the Philips Hue I've never experienced any issues with connectivity issues. They always work, and I love the fact that there are so many different platforms to control them with. So again, Alexa, Apple HomeKit, the dimmer switch, your phone itself. So whatever kind of assistant or network you have set up in your home, this will work with any of them. And the customization features and things like that are unlimited. So very, very happy with the lights. I would highly, highly recommend them. My biggest thing about these lights is I love the fact that I can tweak the color temperature, the brightness, the effect. I have complete control over all of those things. So really dependent on your mood, dependent on the time of day, you can come in and make the room look however you want it to look. So I'll give you an example. Today I'm filming this video. It's about 10:30 in the morning and it's really ugly outside. It's dark, it's cloudy, it's rainy, it's a crappy day. There's very little natural light. And had I not told you that, you might not have realized that it's not sunny outside, because I can manipulate the lighting in this room to reflect whatever kind of mood or setting that I'm looking for. So in here I want it bright, I want it vibrant, I want it to look like midday. And you can see that for the most part, it definitely looks that way. So I've got very, very good lighting in here. At night, I'll pull the remote out again. At nighttime, if I'm in here and I want to kind of relax, I'll move it to this kind of setting and I can dim it. If it's really, really, don't forget, it will be really dark outside. This could even be too bright, so I could dim it even lower. You can see the lights behind me, how dim they're getting. So that would be almost the lights here. Lights perfectly off. Let's go back to that daylight setting. And we'll get it up here. So again, just the difference between off and on, you can see how much better the video looks with the lights on. And again, I love the fact that I have complete control over the lighting in this room. The fact that these lights can do all the different colors. In the master bedroom, I won't use that feature very, very often. The different white balances and color temperatures are something I use all the time. The different colors, don't play with that too often, but I can appreciate the fact that I have them. So if I want to have a little bit of fun, I can pull out the phone here. I can use the Philips Hue app, for example, and I'll change this light up here. I can change the color of this light to whatever I want it to be. So for example, let's go into colors. I have the app here on my phone. There's a color wheel, and I can manipulate. You can see it above me there. It's kind of like a purple. I can turn it to a blue, turn it into a green. So the light back here, you can see the reflection. I'm completely manipulating that color temperature, that color, and I can do that with every single light. So I can come over here, go to color, the one above me right here. I can make it blue, I can make it purple, whatever. So you can have a lot of fun. The other cool thing with the app is that you can also set up different scenes. So I can go into the Hue gallery here. This is all on the Philips Hue app, and you can download and set up all of these preset scenes depending on the mood you're looking for, the kind of look you're looking for, and there's all kinds of options. The more lights you have, the more dramatic, I suppose, the effect would be. So for example, because this is a master bedroom, I told you a little bit about what I use the different lighting features for. In here I have, these are my scenes, these are my preset scenes. I have night lights. I can show you that actually as we go through. So night light, everything is almost at 0. They're dimmed to like 5%, even the 2 nightstand lights. I have daylight, which is really cool. This one's quite bright, a little bit yellow looking on camera, but not so much in person. This one is called Energize, and it turns it to a bit more of a blue. This is kind of my natural daylight setting before. I have Relax. So this is a really warm color temperature, but not quite as dim as night light. I have Read. Again, a nice bright feature. This one looks really good at nighttime. The yellow effect of the lights is less dramatic in person compared to on camera. And then natural light. And this setting is kind of cool. This one is, because it's all hooked up via Wi-Fi, it can kind of gauge your location and gauge what the weather is outside based on the lighting effect. So natural light will adjust the lighting temperature based on the time of day. So at night, It'll be much dimmer than this, early in the morning, much brighter, and the color temperature reflects almost like a sunrise and a sunset, which is really quite cool. The other cool thing about this is it's a gradient light, so it's a light bar. Some people think of it as like a lightsaber. And in the app, I can manipulate 3 different sections of the light. So I can pull one section, and you can see the bottom there is a little bit more pink. I can take another section, make it green, and another section and make it blue. So you can see the lighting effect there, how I have it sort of change from one color to the next, and I can play with the intensity of it. I can have purple at the bottom. Let's make it really quite a dramatic difference so you can see. I can have blue to a kind of red to a green color, and you can see how that can change there. So if I'm, sometimes at night, for example, I'll be up here and I'm watching a game on my phone, I'll put the lights, I'll turn off all the downlights, all the pot lights in the ceiling, I'll turn those off, and I'll just play with the nightstands, and I can have them kind of reflect the theme of whatever sports I'm watching. So I'm a big Raptors fan, a big Blue Jays fan, a Barcelona fan, whatever game I'm watching, it's just fun. It creates a cool ambiance. I can turn those lights into the team colors of whatever sport I'm watching, and it makes for a cool watching experience, which is cool. There's also these other effects here. So because it is a gradient light, again, I can go into the Philips Hue app, download certain presets, and for example, this one I find really cool. This one is called Fireplace. So the light will flicker kind of on and off and get brighter and dimmer, and it'll reflect kind of the effect of a fireplace, which I think is kind of cool. They have a very similar effect here with candle light. So this one, it is supposed to reflect a candle. I can make it brighter there, as you can see. So there's a very faint kind of dim and flicker to it, and it'll go rise up and down and this and that. And it just looks really quite cool. If you're someone that's interested in really having a functional lighting setup, because the reality is this is super functional. In the morning I have morning routines, so the lights turn on when my alarm goes off and they kind of fade in like a sunrise, which is really quite cool. And I actually find that when it's not on, I don't have it on weekends, I only have it on during the weekdays, I actually find it harder to get up without the bright lights. Obviously, you can imagine when it's dark outside in the morning, the lights fade on early on a weekday when you have to get up. It does make it easier to get up. You can have them on timers. So if you are away, for example, you can have the lights turn on at a certain time to make it look like you're home. Because it's a Philips Hue bridge and I have the app, I can control the lights when I'm away from home, which is kind of a cool function as well. So there's an unlimited possibilities here in terms of programming, in terms of functionality, and in terms of simplicity that I think is very, very useful. I love the fact that no matter where I am, I can manipulate the lights, I can turn them on, I can reflect daylight, nighttime, whatever I want, the functionalities are there. And you simply don't get that with standard lighting that has been typical in many homes for the last, I don't know, 50, 60 years, whatever it is. So I'm a huge fan of this. Every single room that I would renovate, this is gonna be my ideal scenario. I wanna plan my lighting out, take the time to do it. It took me a lot of planning to figure out where these lights would go. There are 4 pot lights around my ceiling fan in the bedroom, the 2 nightstands, and then I have 3 lights going through my walk-through closet that's just behind the camera. So it took a lot of planning in terms of where the lights should go, the placement of them. But once I had that dialed in, it's really, really simple. You drill your hole with a hole saw, you run your wiring, you just daisy chain one light to the next, and the connectivity is very, very simple. As I said before, anyone could do it. So I'm a huge fan of these lights. Again, I would use them in any single project that I'm gonna renovate. Thank you so much to Philips Hue Canada for collaborating with me on this project. Thank you to Holly for being so kind and for connecting over email with me. If you guys have any questions, leave those down below in the comment section. I always get an answer out to you. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, hit the like button. Those 3 things really help the channel out. Mike McIntyre, All Things Sports. I'm signing off for now. Catch you in the next one. Till then, take care.